Guys, welcome back to another week. I'm Gaston Rossato.
And I'm Renzo Rossato. This is Season 7, Episode 3. And today we're going to have a little discussion about the Ferrari 550 Maranello.
We're going to touch up on several different topics, including a car that we currently have. And the question I get probably asked most of the time, what is a great car for an investment purpose? What is the next car to blow up? And that takes several ingredients, several factors for that valuation to take place. So we want to discuss some of those items in this episode.
That's right. We do believe that the 550 is one of those cars. So let's go over these points. But before we do, guys, hit that subscribe button for us. We love your guys' support. Let's jump right into this.
The car on the floor right now is a 1999 TDF, known as the Tour de France Blue. That's probably perhaps the most sought after color for this car. Plus, you combine it with that tan interior. It's very elegant, super gentleman's car.
Yeah.
It's no wonder why it's probably the one that everyone looks for.
The car is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And before we jump a little further into this particular car, I want to talk and touch base on the history of the 550. Okay, a car that was produced from 1996 to 2001. It's the first front-engine V12 two-seater since the 365 GTB Daytona.
Right.
Okay, that's a big deal. I know what you guys are thinking, hey, what about the 456? The 456 is a four-seater, it's not a two-seater.
Right.
So a car that produced, I believe the number is around 3,000 total, not including the 448 that were made Barchettas.
Right.
And
we're going to talk about
we'll
that.
talk about that a little more. So let's talk about how we found this car, the story, how this car came to us.
So there's a collection that we curate, and one of our suggestions to buy in the collection was actually a 550 Maranello, but it had to be the best example that we can find. This car was originally from California. Actually, a good friend of mine on the judging committee for the Ferraris. I called him up to see if he had anything. He happened to have this car. He's based out of Texas. He goes, Gaston, I'm about to list this car online, but if you're really interested and we can make a quick deal, we can make that happen.
So this was an off-market purchase.
Off-market purchase, that obviously adds a little bit of exclusivity to the deal for our buyer. We shoot over all the information. Everything starts checking off. It seems like the right car. We go ahead, we make the purchase.
Yeah, so this car has what, 5,000 miles?
Just over 5,000 miles, link in the description below in case you want to see that on our website. But what happens? This collection begins to grow and grow and grow, and the cars got a little more exclusive. So there's always two problems in a collection. It's time and it's space.
Yeah.
Space was running out and we had to kind of filter out some of the cars. 550 was one of the first to go. This is why we have it back now in the inventory, which, hey, you know what? I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining, but that's a tough decision to let that car go, because the reality is that TDF color, that tan interior, the miles, the conditions of this car, you look at it and it's just...
There was a lot of debate back and forth as to, was it a decision we had to do? We ended up doing it. And you know what? In that 1 year and a half, we took that car to Cavallino.
We did. So Cavallino, I believe, 29.
Cavallino 29, so 2020. It was right before COVID hit. We had the opportunity of taking the car. And that's something that, again, we take pride in, because the timing has to be right. We have to have the right car for Cavallino when the time of the year comes.
Exactly.
And so
you have some pictures here of the car in Cavallino getting judged.
So for those who don't understand or don't know what Cavallino is a concours d'elegance that has been taking place for the last 30 years in Palm Beach at the Breakers Hotel, right on the golf course, beautiful setting, world-class event.
One of my favorite events of the year.
I gotta say, it truly is one of the most prestigious concourses for the Ferrari world. So having an award or a recognition at this concours carries a lot of value for the vehicle.
It does.
It's all a timing thing for us to have the right car when this time of the year comes. We happen to have recently sold the 550. The client asked us to represent the car for them. Renzo, you represented the car at the concours while I was judging. So we were multitasking.
Judging a different class. I know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah. There's no.
Yeah, of course I won. So.
Yeah. We were judging a different class. There was no conflict of interest, that I can assure you. But you know what? Sure enough, end of the day, the banquet comes, the dinner, the 550 gets called out for a Platinum Award.
That's right.
What does Platinum Award mean? Well, it's the highest award provided to a Ferrari. And the way this works is every car is considered to be 100 points, right?
Right.
That's a perfect car, just like the day it rolled out of the showroom. As the judges begin to walk through the car, deductions start to be made. If we're looking for correctness, we're looking for things that are proper.
So where in the point system does it stop becoming a platinum?
Right, so 97 plus is a platinum. If the car scores a 96, then it goes into an Argento, a silver award. So we did get the platinum, meaning the car has everything it need to have as far as correctness, books and tools and cover and keys and the whole nine.
We even at the time we didn't have it, but now we finished off with the luggage set for this car.
We happen to have the luggage set that came after the fact.
But they don't deduct points for something like that because that's something that
was optional. Not every car had it, so that's not going to be included.
Exactly.
Whatever the car had to have, it needs to be there.
Exactly.
And why do we buy this car in the first place, right? What was the point of that? The point was kind of speculation. What is a good car to buy, be able to enjoy, and exit clean, right? And I say that because I don't like calling cars investments, and cars should first and foremost be something that you want to buy because you have a connection, you have something for the car that you've been looking for, and you need to buy it, you need to drive it. That's what they were meant to do. But it's nice to do it strategically where you don't get hurt.
And listen, in this world, there's two different kinds of purchases, like you mentioned. I agree with you. The car should be driven and enjoyed. If you go back to season 6, episode 1, we did do a review of the 550 Maranello.
That's a good example.
And that example was a 50,000 mile car that drove like it had 5,000 miles.
It drove just like this car, which goes to show how great these cars are as long as they're properly maintained.
Right. So those are the two different worlds. So if you have a collection, you're building a collection, something like this, something with such low miles, that color combination, those conditions, a platinum winner at Cavallino, something that deserves a spot in a collection, knowing that that's going to increase in value. You're talking about a front engine V12 Ferrari with a gated shift. The last model to be offered only in gated shift. Because the 575 right after, most of them actually came paddle shift. So I think those are little things that
the last fully produced manual, like you said, front engine V12, first two-seater since the Daytona. Already towards the last generations of Pininfarina design cars.
Exactly.
Again, these are just little ticks that are checking off to say this car is going to be worth something one day. How much? We don't know. We don't have that crystal ball. But is a car undervalued today? Although we've seen spikes in price and things like that, I really do feel like it is. And the one thing it has against it from being an absolute big dollar car is the production numbers. Right? It's not a limited series, okay? However, they did make, towards the end of the production, okay, the 550 Barchetta, it's called.
In 2000, the year 2000.
In 2000 and 2001, they made them.
Right.
We just recently had one of those cars and we just recently sold it. They only made 448, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
A true open top car, 3-pedal car, front engine V12 car,
and limited production car. That car
is extremely undervalued in today's market.
And what's going to happen with that car? That car in the future is going to start increasing way faster than anything else. But
as they say,
Gaston's favorite line is
the tide raises all boats.
Yeah, the tide raises all boats. So as a 550 Barchetta starts to get these numbers,
kind of funny that Barchetta means small boat.
The 550 Maranello is going to be to follow, and what's going to follow? The low miles, good example cars. Just like the 50,000 mile cars you can drive, they're going to also follow, but not as aggressive as something as.
That's always a discrepancy in the market, right? The best of the best versus run of the mill. And when we say run of the mill, the cars have been used, the cars have been driven, cars that have been just enjoyed. So that's going to be the car that goes up in price. Yeah. So I couldn't agree more with what you just said. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think both these cars are completely undervalued in today's market. Yeah. And the fact is they're beautiful and they're fun to drive. They're absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous cars.
They're amazing to drive. I love driving these cars. If you want to look at this car on the road, go back to that season 6, episode 1 video at the end of this video here, so you can check out that 50,000 mile 550 that I loved, and it didn't last whatsoever.
Off market also.
So now we have this one, which is same car, different story, and that is live on the website right now. So make sure to go check that out, guys.
Yeah. Also down below, guys, you're gonna find links to our Instagram and our Facebook, where we're always posting behind the scenes or new purchases or things that are happening throughout our day in the automotive world. So please give that a follow. We want to thank you for watching this week. I'm Gaston Rossato.
And I'm Renzo Rossato. Let us know down below in the comments if you want to see a video of the 550 Barchetta on the road.
That's a good one.
We can get that done for you guys. Let us know. See you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.